What's going on, guys? It's Alleyne here. Just thought I would jump on and do a video. As I said, I was looking to shoot something yesterday, turned to a crazy day, and today hasn't been much different. It's 9:30. It's been a long one, productive, but I said I'll get it done, so I'm here. So I just wanted to drop a few points as it relates to really what it's like to be a business owner, operating through that lens, and just some of the things that I found have become really, really important and super valuable when it comes to being able to actually scale the business, scale my efforts, my resource, and really put the time and attention in the right places that I need to be able to scale the business and the operation. So as always, I'm just going to talk live and direct and give you some pointers based on my own experiences. So I think when I cast my mind back to first starting out with business and even the most recent ventures that I've launched, one of the things that I've often tried to do is I've got this real bar of excellence in everything that I do. So everything that I touch, whether it's been my sales career, business, just anything, right? When I compete to win. I seek to be the best. I strive to hit a bar of excellence, and that's why I just put so much in, because I want to learn, I want to study, I want to understand and do whatever it takes so that I can come out on top. And the challenge with that is that when you're trying to scale, a lot of the time you're keeping everything in-house, or when it came to me, I'd be trying to almost control everything and do as much as I can myself, not get as much help as I need to. So I would just educate myself, but then leave it there. And it got to a point where I started to realize that you know, one person is one person and as one man. You know, I'm only one island, right? There's only so much of me. There's only a limited amount of time in the day. And it's just getting to a point where I just being overworked, overstretched, or there's just so much to do that I couldn't get round to it. So I started to think to myself, I need to work out a means and a way to be able to scale me, or scale my ability, or start to trust in other people to get some work done. So the first thing and the first thing that I really had to focus on and invest time on was automation and building out systems. So I had to look at what day-to-day tasks do I do and what typical things do I do in a day that is really simple that I could explain to a 5-year-old, right? Because those things I could get or surely set up either in an automated way or a systemized way, or I could outsource it to someone else. So I started to break out all of those activities and looked at, well, what could be automated, what could be systematized, and what could just anyone do if I give them a set of instructions. And that in itself was an absolute game changer for me, and it's really changed everything. So on the automation and the system side of it, it was really taking the components of the business that I could just set up to happen while I sleep or while I'm away, right? So that's everything from automating email sequences wherever I could, or fulfillment emails, or just absolutely any aspect that didn't necessarily require my physical presence. So things like on-demand webinars that people can just access, watch, consume content, even doing things like, you know, shooting videos that would lead to some kind of landing page or something that would just kickstart a system or a funnel. And just really getting entrenched with understanding that, knowing how to build them out and creating that, is just saved me an infinite amount of time. And so when it comes to just automating and systemizing, I just encourage anyone to really think about and map out how they could do that for their business. And now that's something that I really specialize in. So if you wanted to discuss that for your own business or venture, you can click the link in my bio or the one in this description, and I'll be happy to walk you through how I'd been able to do that for myself. The second thing, as I touched on, was outsourcing. So this comes back to that point of the tasks that are so simple that I or you could explain to a 5-year-old, right? And these might be things like sending very specific outreach messages, doing lead generation, for example, or helping with client fulfillment, or taking on just very, very simple day-to-day tasks. because you get to the point where you realize that your time is truly valuable. You've got to put a monetary value on it. So say you said that your time you value at £50 or $50 an hour, or double that or triple that. You've got to look at, if you're doing basic admin tasks, should you, at the rate that you would charge yourself out at £50, £500, £1,000 of dollars an hour, is that a good use of time for you to be doing basic admin that you could easily outsource to someone else for a fraction of the cost, while you spend time focusing specifically on the growth and investing and the strategy of your business? And so whenever you're in that position where it's like you feel like you need to control everything, or there's that concern around, is someone going to be able to meet that bar? Start to break away the simple tasks, the easy things, the things that you don't have to give too much thought to. Get other people to do those things, and that lets you invest time in the area that's actually going to be valuable. If you've got those concerns around outsourcing, a bit like I did originally, again, there's really two plays to it. One is that you've got to do training and enablement. So you've got to train the person that you're outsourcing to educate them on what your expectations are, how you go about doing the work, where they should be spending their time. So, produce a little doc or do a little video just to walk them through that. And then at least you know that they've gone through some kind of training so that they're on the same page as you. And the second thing is to invest in systems to help you monitor their activity. So there's a ton of different project management tools out there. A lot of them are free. There's one called monday.com and several others out there. Invest in those tools and get them to feed back and report back to you using those tools, so that you can track things, you can track progress, and make sure that they're staying on top. So from all of this, the two key themes are, automating and systematizing what you do. And the second thing is outsourcing where possible. And I can guarantee and assure you that, if it was anything like it's been for me, it can completely transform your business. Or even if you don't run a business and you're just in a career, it can save you massive amount of time just going through that process of auditing and then automating and outsourcing wherever you can. So again, as I mentioned, if you wanted to talk through you or your situation, your business, whatever it is, completely free, happy to do so. There's a link in my bio, another one in the description. Happy to have a conversation. But I hope that that's been helpful in some way. Stay tuned.